And right now, Mayor Tom Erdman for the city of Carrington is joining us on our chatter program here, Carrington Cardinals and Community Chatter. Our very first segment. It's going to be a weekly show right here on yourliveevent.com. And you can check us out on yourliveevent.com. Plus, you can search Your Live Event on YouTube. And you'll be able to find the weekly program on Thursdays of every week. And this is our very first one here. We're going to be talking about Carrington stuff, all what's happening around Carrington. And our very first segment, and we're glad to be joined by Mayor Tom Erdman on our first segment. Thanks, Mayor, for joining us here and taking time. We appreciate it.
Yep. Good morning, Greg. I didn't realize when I got to be mayor, I'd be such a celebrity and be on all these YouTube and all these videos, but I guess that goes with the job. So hopefully none of my hair is out of place, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, everything looks good. So yeah, we thanks for joining us here. And we want to talk about, of course, the city council meetings every month. So we plan to have you on at least once a month, talking about the city council meetings, and they're held at City Hall on the second Monday of every month, correct? Here in Carrington?
That's correct. Yeah, we have our committee meetings starting at 4:30 and then council at 7:30, the second Monday of every month. So it's kind of Mondays are a busy time on that time, but then again, we take care of a lot of city government. So anyway, so our most recent one here would have been July 8th. And at that point in time, we actually had a reorganizational meeting since the election in June. So there was 4 council members that were on the ballot, plus there were 2 openings for park board. So we're happy to say that those positions have all been filled. So on the park board, Taylor Skitlin and Rosie Mazzelli have agreed to serve on the park board. And then as far as the city council members, Doug Smith, Trig Olson, Neil Fandrick, and Tyler Hogarth were incumbents and re-elected for their positions. And then one of our council members, Chase Peterson, moved out of the city limits. So I've appointed Jesse Nelson, has agreed to serve as a council member for South of Maine. So in first ward for a 2-year unexpired term. So then along with that reorganization, we go ahead and we elect from the council, in case the mayor is not present at a meeting. We have a president of the council, and that's going to be Troy Roundy again. And then our vice president is Neil Fandrick. Then we go ahead and give assignments for the different committees. Like I said, 4:30 Finance and Legal meets, and that committee consists of Tyler Hogarth, Troy Roundy, Jesse Nelson, and then myself. Of course, I attend at 4:30, I attend that meeting, and then at 6 o'clock, we go to Public Works, and the Public Works is chaired by Troy Roundy. Doug Smith is on there, and Trig Olson, and then, of course, I attend that meeting at 6 o'clock. And then at 6:45, I run back over to the police station for the police committee, which consists of Tyler Hogarth as the chairman, Neil Fandrick is on the board and on the committee, and Jesse Nelson. So from 6:45, then at 7:30, we start the regular council meeting. So greatly appreciate all these individuals stepping forward and willing to put their time and effort into running our city and also managing our beautiful Carrington Park system. So all that is greatly appreciated. So then from there, we jumped into the regular council meeting, and the agenda was fairly short, which of course the regular council meetings consist of an agenda, and then we move into committee reports from those after those committees have all met, and they give their report to kind of summarize what's taken place in each one of those committees. So the only item on the agenda this past meeting was our participation with the Red River Valley Water Supply Project. That's a major water project where there's a 6-foot pipe coming all the way across the state, and originally was coming out of the Missouri River out of Washburn, and then the Corps of Engineers agreed to allow that project to take water out of the McCluskey Canal. So it'll be a good project that the McCluskey Canal is doing more than just providing recreation and irrigation. So now we can look at a steady water supply for this pipeline, which then dumps into Lake Ashtabula. Of course, Fargo and Grand Forks are the major recipients of this good quality water. However, all the way along, cities like Carrington or Cooperstown or all the rural water systems have initially said that they would like some of this water. So the process now is, since there are basically 3 crews working in Carrington on a 20-mile stretch of pipe, they probably we might have in about 7 or 8 miles of pipe so far. The first project was boring under Highway 281 and the Red River Valley Western Railroad track, and that was completed. I think they started that in 2021. So the completion date of this project, which is a 125-mile pipe with a treatment center out of the McCluskey Canal, and then it dumps into Lake Ashtabula, is supposed to be completed by 2034. Anyway, our council agreed when we initially signed up for this, we signed up for 2.5 CSF of water out of the pipe, which equates to 650 million gallons of water annually. So, and the cost of that would have been cost prohibitive because we're looking at not charging, since it's industrial water only, and our plant here, we're capable of producing 720 million gallons of water if you run it 24/7. But if you take it back to every day, it runs 365 days of the year, and it say 8 to 10 hours, we're producing 360 million gallons, and our domestic use is about 110. So we do have a fair reserve of water for domestic use or potable water. But when we signed up for this, we wanted to keep it on the radar that we would be in a position to land some value-added processing plants or whatever it would take that would need a fair amount of water. So we did cut that back to a half a CSF, which is 130 million gallons of water, and the council approved that. So that was really the only agenda item, and then I guess we can go into committee reports.
Yep. And then one thing about too about the water supply project, the pipeline, there's a lot of stuff going on in Carrington because of the project, right? A lot of crews in town, a lot of stuff happening, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We actually provided 2 different grants for remodeling some existing buildings into office space. So I know the old Senex building, they bought the Erickson Implement building out here by the roundabout. So Kelly Hoggle purchased that building, and then he remodeled, put a bunch of office space in there. So there's some contractors working out of that, but mainly Black and Veatch, the engineering firm that monitors this, is stationed out of that building. So Kelly went ahead and did that. And then on Main Street, Ryan Zink, Josh Sherman, and Mason Wade purchased Rusty's hardware store. So half of the hardware store is their Central City Fitness Center, and then the other half now got remodeled and has office space for this Oscar Renda contractor. So and of course they've taken advantage of our program where any buildings right on Main Street, they can qualify on a remodel project up to $50,000. It's a 75-25, but a $50,000 grant. So, and then on anything off of Main Street, it's a 75-25 with a maximum of 30,000. So both those parties have taken advantage of that, and all of a sudden there's a lot more activity happening on our Main Street, which is a positive.
Mm-hmm. All right, good deal. Well, thanks for that. And then we just want to move right into the committee reports, correct?
Yep, that's fine. I guess first off was the fire department, and the fire department, like Ken Wangen said, Chief Wangen said, there was really nothing going on until all of a sudden 3:45 on Friday morning of the July 5th, I guess it would have been, we had a major train derailment. They got a call, there's a locomotive on fire out of Borgelac. Well, when Jason Walski was the first fireman on site, he said, this is a little bit more than a locomotive. It's a 29-car pileup. 6 cars are burning with methanol. There's 11 cars of anhydrous, and there's 12 cars full of this pellets to make like milk jugs, this white plastic pellets. So all of a sudden this thing is burning, and this methanol it burns really clean. And I guess the water on the slough where the train derailed was just basically blew on fire. But as soon as the sun came up, they couldn't see the fire, but it was burning on top of the water. Anyway, so they've been out there since that time, and we provide assistance. And then of course all the CP rail crews come in, and so this happened on Friday, and then on Monday the track was open, but now we got 29 cars on each side of the track piled up, and it's going to be a 30-day cleanup process. And we've heard nothing but positive remarks about our fire department. They've been, sad to say, this is the 4th wreck that they've had since I've been in Carrington, and a lot of these guys, and this is their 3rd train wreck. So I mean, they're pretty knowledgeable. When this happens, they just don't run in and run into a bad situation. They investigate it and they handle it very professional, and they received high remarks or awards from the CP Rail themselves. So it's a good thing, but a bad thing. You don't want a derailment, but it's good that we have qualified firefighters to handle the situation. So I guess with that, we can jump into finance and legal. Of course, our city financially is doing quite well, and the one revenue source that we have is the city sales tax, and that continues to be at an all-time high. Last year, 1% generated 540,000, so that we have a 2% tax, so it's well over $1 million that's coming in from sales tax. So that definitely helps take any burden off of what would be property owner tax. So that's a positive number. And then economic development, we continue to provide a $12,000 incentive for new home builds. So Wayne and Rhonda March are building a new home, and upon occupancy, they'll qualify for that, plus the 2-year reduction in their property tax. So that was approved. And then we started a Ukrainian sponsor grant program, of which I applied for. And there's a couple from Ukraine that are living here in town, and they've been taking their CNA tests, and they have jobs lined up at Golden Acres. So Mitch Page over at Golden Acres is very adamant that this is a good program. I believe there's 8 Ukrainians working there right now, and there's 2 Ukrainians working for car construction, and he's willing to hire up to another 15 more. So we're working to try to help find sponsors for these Ukraine families. And then the city put together a grant program that would reimburse people like myself. So I really have no personal gain on this, but I was eligible for a $5,700 loan, which would help take care of about 85% of the cost for these people to relocate here. So we're providing a humanitarian relief for the people from war-torn Ukraine, and also being a little selfish and filling some jobs that are open here in Carrington that we've had a difficult time providing individuals for. So with that, we can move on to the police committee. I guess for those of you that were at the parade, of course, it got rained out big time. It was kind of a wet, soggy, wet deal, and all the Tootsie Rolls that landed in the water, I'm sure I think the street sweeper got more candy than the kids did this year. But anyway, it was you probably noticed we have a brand new Tahoe that was detailed, but the lights and all the police equipment are not in that vehicle. So we just took it to Mid-States and Fargo this past week. So it should be in use. And of course, we got 4 police officers right now, and we're still looking for the 5th one. Then from there, I can just jump into Public Works. Of course, Public Works is, a lot of growth this year with all the weeds and different things growing. So they've been doing a good job of trying to keep our city neat and clean, and doing repairs on the streets and different things. And last month we approved concreting out the parking lot at the city library. Plus we're going to pave the 2 alleys, the one from Bremer Bank all the way through the post office. So we appropriated $175,000 to kind of do some upgrades there, and it'll be a great project. And then we also agreed to put gravel on the Pasta Plant Road. So we've invested $175,000, and that money is coming from the other 25% of the city sales tax. So I guess with that, Greg, that would conclude my report.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. And let's see, the next regular city council meeting here for Carrington will be coming up Monday, August 12th, correct?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so good deal. We'll plan to have you on our weekly program here. So we'll have you on there and talking about the city council meeting once a month, right after the city council meeting here in Carrington. So yeah, we appreciate all the updates and the information and everything, and we'll look forward to having you on again. And I know we always got to talk something besides city council meetings. We got to talk fishing. How's the fishing going out there?
Well, actually, yeah, I haven't been out for a month, but it's a little slower this year. But now I'm getting the reports that, the water didn't warm up like last year. This early June was just unbelievable fishing. And now I'm getting reports that, yeah, it's picking up now, but sad to say, all of a sudden I've shifted my interest into golfing and then a bunch of city meetings. So I got to just figure out when I can get out and do some. But yeah, the fishing out here and around Carrington is excellent right now.
Okay, well, good deal. Well, thanks, Mayor, for joining us here and everything, and have a great rest of your day. And we'll check in again next month. So,
okay, thank you, Greg. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Discover the charm of Carrington, where community and character come together. Our vibrant community is full of welcoming smiles and unique experiences, from delicious dining and one-of-a-kind shops to lively events and beautiful parks. Join us in celebrating the best of Carrington, where every visit feels like coming home. Come visit the Carrington Chamber and CVB office to learn more about our wonderful town and its amazing businesses. Explore Carrington today and experience the warmth of our community. Glad to be joined by Superintendent for Carrington Public School, Janelle Helm, joining us. Thanks, Janelle, for joining us here. And we are very first Carrington Cardinal Community Chatter program right here on yourliveevent.com. So we thanks Janelle for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us here. And of course, Janelle is, during the summer, probably just as busy as during the school year. There's a lot of prep work, getting ready. We're a couple weeks away from school starting. So
yes.
So yeah, thank you for joining us here. And how's your summer been so far now here in Carrington?
The summer's been good. It's been nice weather, but it goes by so fast. We do have Fridays, like I've been taking some Fridays off, and so that's been nice to have longer weekends. But yeah, it does go by fast. But I'm excited for everybody to get back to school.
Yep. All right. And we're going to have Janelle on once a month here on your live, at least once a month, talking about the school board meetings. We're going to concentrate on that and some other activities that are maybe going on at the school. And so we're going to have her on once a month right here on the Chatter program. So you can look for that, and it's available on YouTube. Just search yourliveevent.com and it'll be up every every Thursday night. So, all right, Janelle, well, we want to get right into things here this morning. Okay. And we want to talk about the school board meeting. And he also had a canvassing of votes July 22nd. This all happened in July. But first, let's talk about that July 9th school board meeting for Carrington Public Schools. And you could kind of talked about the school budget in that meeting, right?
Sure. July is kind of the beginning of a new year for us in a school district. So we are meeting to go over our budget and basically to set the budget. And so we've had our first reading of our budget, and then we move into the second reading we just had at that July 22nd meeting. We also set our committees and decide who's going to be on which committee. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that we're just getting ready for the next year and preparing and planning for what we need for this upcoming school year, which is great.
2024, 2025 already. Wow.
I know. My third year already in Carrington.
Yeah. Yep. Third year in Carrington here. So, yep.
Yes.
All righty. And then strategic planning, that was discussed too at the July 9th school board meeting.
Yep. The strategic plan is a really integral part of our school. I mean, that's the plan that guides our school. And we are coming up on the end of our strategic plan from when it was originally written. It ends in 2025. So that's kind of exciting for me because now, we have Mr. Weber as a new administrator, and Mrs. Helseth has been the veteran administrator here. So just getting everybody together, including our teaching staff, to collaborate and it's community members as well. It's our classified staff. It's really, we want the input from everybody to design the right plan for our community and where our school is heading. I think one of the areas that, we are excited about is career and tech education has been a big thing on our high school side, and with our elementary and high school, both. We're always looking to protect protect and perfect maybe. Our MTSS system, because that's a very important part of our school. And that's our multi-tiered system of supports where we align interventions for kids and making sure that everybody gets the education that they need.
Okay, perfect. Anything else from the school board meeting July 9th before we move on to the canvassing of votes for the vote July 22nd meeting?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, sounds good. So let's move into that. We had, you guys had a special school board meeting July 22nd, canvass the votes for an addition to the high school, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
A little disappointing because, the vote to increase our building fund levy from 5 to 10 mils did not pass. We have to have a 60% majority on that. So, I guess it's up to the board right now. We're trying to decide if we're going to try it again or, where we're at with that, with that project. The project, I think, I think one of the things that we tried to stress is that the project is not are not really connected to the vote. That was just something that we had, thought that would be a great use for the money, for the mills, to go from 5 to 10 mills. But really it would just be nice so we can continue to keep our facilities in the, updated. And, our high school, our elementary school is very, it's new, so newer. And, we're out of space there. And I look at our high school and there's just, we're trying to order like new furniture, new cabinets, and update that as we can. And it would be really nice if we could, my goal is when I came here, I walked into a beautiful facility. On the elementary side, the high school has been kept in great shape. I mean, that it has been a well cared for school. And, when I leave here, which hopefully is years from now, I would like to leave it in the same condition, and I want it to be ready to go for the next, the next person that steps into this role. So.
Now, to revisit the vote, you have to wait. Is there a waiting period to wait to maybe put it back to a vote then, or?
Yes,
Okay.
and we have to follow the guidelines of that. So
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what the board decides. So if we are going to
Okay.
move forward to vote. Yeah.
Okay. So that sounds great.
Go again, I guess. Yep, try it again.
Okay, good deal. And wow, let's kind of wrap everything up. Anything else from the school board meetings from July at all?
Not really, no.
Okay, good deal. So tell us, we'll have you on again in August, but a couple weeks till school. Is there anything, that you have planned next couple weeks that you got to get ready for that first day of school? What is it, the 22nd? Is that the first day, or it might be a little bit earlier? Yeah.
For the 20th. Yep.
Okay. Yep. So what are you going to be doing now until then? Getting
Right now our principals come back tomorrow, so that'll be great to have
Okay.
Mr. Weber and Mrs. Helseth back in the building. And mainly we're planning for a professional development series that we have with our whole staff. So looking forward to that. We have a lot of fun things planned too, a lot of team building things, but also, again, alignment with our MTSS systems and just some of the things that we've been working on, initiatives that we've been working on in implementation. So.
Okay. And next school board meeting is set for August 13th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll have you on that following week on that Thursday, and we'll talk about that school board meeting then.
That sounds great.
All right. Well, thanks, Janelle. We appreciate
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you bet. And joining us on our first chatter program here. And like I said earlier, we'll have Janelle on once a month, at least once a month, talking about the school board meeting and everything happening at the school. So enjoy the rest of your summer.
Yes, and the rain today.
Right, yeah. It's a little stormy here. Yeah, the rain.
It is very stormy.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yep. But yeah, thanks again, and good luck with the school year here. And I will plan to have you on once a month, and have a good rest of your day. So.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And right now, Lori Dietz joins us from the Carrington Chamber office, and Lori is the director for the Carrington Chamber and CVB. And we're going to check in with Lori weekly here on the Chatter program right here on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube and search your live event, and I will have it up every Thursday night for the Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program right here on yourliveevent.com. And thanks, Lori, for joining us here. And well, this is our very first episode, so we got you on, and appreciate your coming on and sponsoring the program as well. And well, it's how's, I guess, fall is coming, summer, another summer flew by, it seems like, right?
We sure are winding down, aren't we? It's hard to believe we're looking at mid-August and things are happening, back to school, all that stuff. It's been a great summer, but like everything, we like to hate to see it end, and we'd like it to be a lot longer.
Yeah, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
well, Lori, you're going to give us your weekly update here. Of course, there's always probably a lot more going on in the summertime. So anything to talk about maybe in the past, or what you all got coming up here in the Central City?
Sure, sounds great. Well, last night was a big night out at City Park. We had the market. We have 6 markets every summer. And so we had the August, we had the August 6th market, and they had live music. We had lots of young vendors. It was the entrepreneur night where they feature young youth having vendor tables and selling their wares. And then, of course, we partnered up with the National Night Out, which many cities and towns across the nation do a national night out. So the police were there and the highway patrol and the sheriff and all that, and they had some fun things going on. Plus they served up a great meal with burgers and hot dogs and chips and all kinds of stuff and great prizes. So it was a really busy night out at the city park right along Highway 281. And then coming up this week also, we have the library book sale, and that's going on over at the Carrington Public Library. It's all week. They provide a bag, and it's a book bag sale, so you can fill your bag for $3. And so that's over at the Carrington Library this week, and there is tons of books to choose from. And then we've got things coming up like the community picnic, and that's going to be over at City Park again. And that also is in connection with the Carrington Public School Ice Cream Social. So kids go over and families go over to the ice cream social, and then we feed them in the park. So it's kind of a little bit of a twist on there. And we're serving up pulled pork sandwiches and hot dogs, beef hot dogs. And that is sponsored by our Carrington Lions, Kiwanis, and then of course our chamber and EDC. We want to remind all the kids about the sports physicals. Boy, time is running low for getting your sports physical, but you can do that over at the Carrington Medical Center for just $40. So check that out. And then the community picnic is on the 14th of August, and that's also the same night you could go over to the public health and get back to school immunizations. That's going to be happening from 4 to 7 p.m. So Wednesday, August 14th is a good date to remember. And then we've got the citywide yard sales coming up, and that's happening September 7th. And that's all around the town. People have started signing up for that. So we're going to have a good sale, I think. It's just $5 to list your sales site with us. And then we put out the maps and the listings. And then, of course, Junk Fest, our biggest event of the whole year, is happening at the fairgrounds on Saturday, September 14th. And so we're really excited about that. And if you're looking for more information on events and such, you can take a look at our community app. Just go to your Apple Store or Google Play and look in there for Carrington Community App. And we've got tons of information on there. And that's right at your fingertips, because, everybody's carrying their phones around. And so you can take a look on there for all the things happening in Carrington. So we've got a few more markets coming up here at City Park. And then, of course, watch for Cows and Coal Creamery. They have scheduled quite a few times for the creamery to be open and enjoy a meal. And then they're having some tours over at the dairy too. So be sure to check that out. And so I said, get a hold of the community app or give us a call at the chamber office, 652-2524. And we also are on Facebook. You can check that out. If you have a question or you want to comment on something, give us an email, shout chambergal@dactyl.com.
All right, good deal. Well, thanks so much, Laurie, for the update. We appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll check in again next week. And yeah, it's before you know it, school will be here, and we got Labor Day and Junk Fest. Yeah, so it's going along smooth again, right?
I guess, yeah, back to school on just a couple weeks away now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Well, sounds good. Well, thanks, Laurie, and we'll check in again next week. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
You bet. Yep. Bye. And right now, Michelle Sile joins us from the Carrington City Library. And Michelle is the library director. And thanks, Michelle, for joining us here and taking time out of your busy schedule to join us on our very first Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program right here on yourliveevent.com. And it's a weekly program that's going to be airing every Thursday night. We'll talk with local leaders and officials from Carrington and get what's all happening in the central city here. So all right, well, Michelle, let's see, we're going to have you on once a month as well. So thanks again for joining us and giving us the information and keeping us up to date on all the library activities here in town. So first off, you got You got a little construction, kind of a resurfacing parking lot going on right there at the library right now.
Yes, I'm excited. It's been needing it for a while, and now hopefully, they're getting it started a little bit. Came in this morning and they had cones all over the place, looked like they were going to work. And then it rained buckets and buckets. And I think the ark went by a little while ago, and so a lot of rain. So I imagine that'll be holding them up for a little bit. So we just wanted, and of course, to let everybody know that the construction crew has told me that we're still going to be able to get into the library. And if worse comes to worse, and we can't get in the usual door, the north side of our library building, which would kind of like the back, does have an entrance. And so I have a sign I can put up, and I would put up and say, come to the north door or whatever, in case. But otherwise, we're planning still to be able to have people come in safely. And we do have parking on the east side of the building, and of course, on that street on the east side and the north side. So people can still get in to see us. We don't want them to stop coming to see us just because we're making this improvement.
Okay, awesome. And then, well, just a few weeks away from Carrington School starting here, August 20th. And you want to kind of recap and tell everybody, the plan for when school starts at the library, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of things during our summer reading program. And of course, we want to extend that out through the school year, because we still have a lot of things to offer the kids as they come into the library every week or every month. So we are planning, we'll set a schedule, but we're planning to do a movie once a month, an arts and crafts activity once a month, a STEM activity, a science-based activity once a month, and then a robotics session again once a month. And so making it possible and we may adjust that schedule depending on what's going on in the school schedule, or, setting just a solid date. I'm not quite sure yet, but making those opportunities available and extending our summer reading program throughout the year. So we do plan to have that. All of the information will be put out in Facebook, Instagram. I'll share it with you and in the paper and on the radio, and of course on our website, which is carringtonlibrary.org.
Okay, awesome. And also, can you tell folks hours and contact information for the library here in Carrington as well?
Yep, absolutely. Our hours are Monday through Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30, and then Saturdays, 10:30 to 1:30. And then we have contact information is the library phone number, 701-652-3921. And then you can reach us at through our webpage, carringtonlibrary.org. And then we have, you can message me on Messenger, follow the library on Facebook or Instagram and send me messages that way, because we're always monitoring that. And then, of course, stopping in at the library. We're at 87 8th Avenue North. So, yeah, lots of ways to get in touch with us. So I'm looking forward to having other opportunities to share with people who haven't been to the library yet. In the future, all of the different kind of things that we have to offer. Libraries are more than just a place where books are sitting on the shelves. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle, for joining us here and all the information. Anything else you want to share with us here on your live event?
No, but thank you very much for making this available for us. I'm looking forward to visiting with you and sharing more about our library each month.
Okay, good deal. Well, thanks, Michelle, and appreciate it. Have a great day. And we'll check in again next month. So
great. Thank you so much.
you bet. Yep. Bye.